You're 22, and right now, at this exact moment, you have a number in your head, not a dream, not a goal, a number, the amount in your bank account that makes you feel like you're already behind. Maybe it's $200, maybe it's $47, maybe it's negative, and the strangest part, you don't talk about it, not to your friends, not to your family. You smile, you show up, you pretend. But somewhere deep, you're wondering if this is just how it's going to be. Here's what nobody tells you about being 22 with nothing. There are two types of people in this exact situation. One of them builds something. The other one just gets older. The difference isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's one decision, made in a moment that looked completely ordinary. You're about to find out which one you are. Immersion phase, the weight of 22. Your alarm goes off at 7:14 a.m. You don't move. You stare at the ceiling and you do the math in your head. Rent is due in 9 days. You have $180. Rent is $600. You open your phone, check your balance, close the app, open it again, like somehow the number changed. It didn't. You eat the same breakfast you've eaten for 3 weeks, not because you like it, because it's cheap. You walk past the coffee shop you used to go to. You don't stop. It's not a big sacrifice. That's the worst part. It's just a $4 coffee, but you feel it. Every small thing you don't buy is a reminder of where you are. You're not broke, you're not starving, but you're stuck in that painful middle ground, too old to be taken care of, too young to feel settled. And the dreams, God, the dreams are still loud. You want to build something, travel somewhere, be someone. But right now, you just need to make it to Friday. Level 1, survival mode. This is where it starts for almost everyone. You have a job, maybe 2. Neither one is what you want. You make around $1,400 a month. After rent, after food, after the phone bill you share with your mom, you have maybe $200 left. You save $50. You're proud of that $50. 3 days later, something breaks. Your tire, your laptop, your phone screen. The $50 is gone. You start again. This is the loop. This is level 1, and most people live here for years, not because they're lazy, but because nobody taught them what to do with the loop. They work harder. They get a little raise, and then somehow the expenses grow to match. The loop continues. The shift. At level 1, the problem isn't the money, it's the belief that more hours equals more freedom. Level 2, the first crack of light. You start noticing something. The people around you, the ones who seem to be moving forward, they're not smarter than you. They're not working harder than you, but they're doing something different. One of them is learning a skill on the side, a design skill, a writing skill, something they can sell. One of them took a second job, not a regular job, a gig that pays them per project. You start watching, studying, quietly. You spend 2 hours one night learning something new. Not for school, not for your boss, for yourself. You don't tell anyone, because if you tell them and it fails, you can't handle that. So you do it silently. Your income doesn't change yet, but something inside you does. You start seeing your free time differently. It's not rest anymore, it's raw material. The shift, your evenings stop being recovery time and start becoming investment time. Level 3, the first real money. It happens smaller than you expected. Not a viral post, not a breakthrough moment. Someone pays you $75 for something you made. $75. It's not a lot, but you earned it outside of a system that owned your time. You did something and someone chose to pay you for it. You sit with that for a long time, because this $75 feels different from your paycheck. Your paycheck feels like permission. This feels like proof. You do it again and again. $75 becomes $200. $200 becomes $500 a month on the side. You move $300 to savings. You don't touch it. This is new. The shift. You stop asking, how do I make it to next month, and start asking, what can I build? Psychological depth. The cost nobody talks about. Here's where it gets harder. Because as you start moving, as the money slowly grows, something else happens. You start feeling distant. Your friends are at the same spot you were, and you love them, but you can't explain to them why you're not coming out on Saturday, why you're up at midnight working on something they don't understand. They think you changed. Maybe you did. Your family starts asking questions. Why are you so serious? You're 22, relax. This isn't going to work. And there's a moment, a real moment, where you almost believe them, because it would be so easy to stop, to go back to the loop, to just be normal, to not want so much. You almost choose that. Almost. But then you open your phone. You check your savings, $1,100 now. And you remember the ceiling, not a glass ceiling, not a metaphor, your actual ceiling, the one you stared at when you had $47 and a dream you were afraid to say out loud. You keep going. The shift. Loneliness at this stage isn't failure. It's the price of becoming someone new. Level 4, the identity shift. You're 23 now, maybe 24. Something changed but you can't point to when. You stop introducing yourself by your job title. You start saying, I'm building something. Your income last month was $2,800. A third of it came from things you created. You invested $200 into a course, into a tool, into yourself. Old you would have felt guilty about that. New you knows it's the highest return investment you can make. You meet someone who's 3 steps ahead of you. Not famous, not rich, just further. You don't feel jealous. You feel hungry. You ask them one question, they give you one answer. That answer saves you 8 months. You realize proximity to the right people isn't luck, it's a strategy. The shift. You stop competing with your past self and start studying people who are where you want to be. Level 5, the compounding point. This is the level that looks slow from the outside. You're not rich. You're not famous. If someone looked at your life right now, they'd call it ordinary. But underneath, things are stacking. Your skill is sharper. Your name is known in a small circle. Your savings are real. Your monthly expenses haven't grown as fast as your income. You have $6,000 saved. That number used to be a fantasy. Now it's an emergency fund. A buffer, a foundation. You start thinking in years, not weeks. You stop panicking every time something goes wrong. Because something going wrong no longer means you lose everything. This is the feeling you were chasing, not the money. The feeling that you're not one bad day away from collapse. The shift. Security isn't a salary. Escalation, the decision point. You're offered something, a stable job, good salary, benefits, security. You think about it longer than you expected because you're tired. Building something is exhausting. There are days you question everything, and this offer, it would stop the questioning. It would be easier. You sit with the offer for a week. You think about 22-year-old you, the ceiling, the $47, the dreams you were afraid to say out loud, and you make a decision, not because one path is right and the other is wrong, but because you finally know who you are. You know what you're building, and you know that the version of you that exists today didn't come from playing it safe. You're back at 22. It's 11:43 p.m. You check your bank balance. The number is small, but you're not the same person who was scared of it. You know something now that you didn't know then. That this moment, this exact, uncomfortable, uncertain moment, is not a problem. It's a starting point. Every person you admire passed through here. Every business you respect was born in a moment like this one. The difference was never the money, it was what they decided to do with the silence. You close the app, you open something else, you start. The balance doesn't define you. What you do after you check it, that does.